Apartheid, a grotesque offspring of injustice, a system that sows seeds of moral decay, suffocating the virtues of empathy and compassion. Apartheid, a term originating in South Africa, signifies the systemic, institutionalized segregation and discrimination based on race. It's a relic of our not-so-distant past, a history that still echoes through the hallways of time, a stark reminder of humanity's capacity for inhumanity. Yet apartheid is not confined to the annals of history. It continues to rear its ugly head in various forms around the globe. Take, for instance, the Israel occupation of Palestine, as cited in United Nations reports. It's a chilling demonstration of how such systems can persist, causing untold harm to many. These systems don't just segregate people physically, they also foster a psychological divide, a chasm between those who privilege and those who suffer, between empathy and indifference. Apartheid, a system that not only divides races and classes, but also fosters a crippling moral void. A sinister consequence of apartheid is the virtue vacuum, an erosion of empathy, compassion, and moral responsibility. This invisible enemy stealthily creeps into societies, seeping into the cracks of our moral compass. It is born out of the systemic segregation and discrimination that define apartheid, a system that inherently encourages indifference and disregard for the suffering of others. The virtue vacuum is not a one-sided phenomenon. It affects both the privileged and the oppressed, creating a cycle of apathy that is hard to break. The privileged, cushioned by their advantages, may become blind to the injustices that their comfort is built upon. The oppressed, on the other hand, battered by their circumstances, may feel too defeated to fight for change, thereby further feeding into this vicious cycle. The virtue vacuum, a silent but deadly fallout of apartheid, gnaws at the very fabric of our humanity. In the grand theater of apartheid, the privileged often play the role of the indifferent, a role so subtly woven into the fabric of their reality that it becomes almost invisible. The privileged, steeped in abundance and shielded from the harsh realities of oppression, may unwittingly succumb to apathy, a silent accomplice in the perpetuation of injustice. This apathy, this lack of concern or interest, can be seen as a byproduct of the comfort and security that privilege affords. It muffles the cries of the oppressed, rendering them distant echoes, easy to ignore. This privilege-infused apathy can corrode empathy, the very cornerstone of our shared humanity, and warp moral values, allowing for the normalization of systemic oppression. It's an uncomfortable truth, but a crucial one to acknowledge, for it is only through this recognition that the cycle can begin to break. Privilege in an apartheid system can be a blinding veil, obscuring the harsh realities of oppression. The oppressed, though battered, bear the torch of resilience. The weight of oppression can breed resignation, a disengagement from a system that constantly undermines their worth. Yet, from these depths, a formidable resilience often emerges. This is not a mere acceptance of fate, but a fervent struggle for freedom. They harness the pain, the injustice, the constant denial of their rights, and transform it into a relentless pursuit of liberation. In the face of adversity, the oppressed often find strength, courage, and an unwavering spirit to fight for freedom. Escaping the virtue vacuum demands conscious effort and collective action. It starts with raising awareness about the injustices of apartheid, fostering empathy for those oppressed, and engaging in activism to push for change. It requires supporting legislation that dismantles these systems and promotes equality, and it culminates in reconciliation, healing the wounds of the past for a brighter, more inclusive future. Every step taken against the virtue vacuum is a step towards a more compassionate, equitable world. Taking the first steps towards a future free from the clutches of apartheid and the virtue vacuum is no easy task. It demands a commitment to understanding, empathy, and action. But remember, every step taken is a step forward towards a more equitable world. We cannot erase the past, nor should we attempt to. Instead, we must learn from it, using the lessons as a guide to navigate the uncertain path ahead. We must acknowledge the pain, the suffering, and the injustice, using these acknowledgements to fuel our drive for change. And in our journey towards this brighter future, we must never forget the resilience of the oppressed, their strength, and their unwavering spirit. It's their stories that inspire us, their courage that motivates us, and their hope that drives us forward. Remember, the path to a brighter future starts with you, your awareness, your empathy, your activism. So, let's take this journey together, step by step, towards a world that values every individual, regardless of their race, religion, or socio-economic status. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative, please like and subscribe to our channel, The Pinnacle Path, for more insightful content. Together we can make a difference.